Hello, beautiful human, and welcome back to Reignite Your Soul. And we are on day number 6 of your self-love challenge. I'm so proud of you for making it all the way to day 6. I cannot believe we're almost halfway done. But the cool thing is that this is just going to start merging into the actual podcast. So no need to freak out. There's going to be a lot more where this came from. So if you are new to this channel, I will remind you to please go back to day number 1 and start this at the very beginning. And then by the time you get to day number 6, you'll get to enjoy this one. And that is only for the first 10 days of this podcast. And then after that, it is a free ball. You can do it in whichever order that you would like. So many people have been asking me, like, what's next? What's next? What's next? I want to go, I just want to, get through all my crap, and I want to be living this amazing life, and, that's it. And I love the ambition and the excitement behind it, but this is not a quick fix. If I had some way to just fast forward all of this growth that you're about to go through, I would gladly give it to you and tell you how to do that, but unless you've got a time machine, then I do not know how that's possible. So you're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. You're going to have to friggin' grind it out. You're going to have to go through all the stuff, the ups and the downs, and you're going to have to keep learning and keep moving forward and keep trusting the process. So that being said, you really need to make sure that you master all of the skills and not just keep moving forward, but that not actually putting in the action, right? Because you can give all the instructions to the universe you want. If it gives you some inspiration and you just sit there and look at it, it's going to be exactly that, inspiration in your head, right? You need to take action on it. So make sure that you're still practicing your 3-step process. Make sure that you're checking in with yourself periodically, like minimum 10 times a day, using your app or putting a ring, a bracelet, something that's going to set you off so that you actually know to check in with yourself, check in with your emotions, how you're feeling. And the more you start becoming more present, you're going to start picking up on more things. Like, how many times have we had conversations with people and you don't even remember what the heck they just said because you're just so much in your internal world. And all being present is just learning to be present with your internal world, but also be present there with your external world and not have too much internal chatter going on in that little internal head of yours where nobody else gets the pleasure of being. So being present in that external world so that you can really be there fully for the people that you love, for the things that you want to be doing, the things you want to be learning, and all of the amazing things that are coming into your life now that you're starting to shift things around. And then also doing your ho'oponopono, right? So whenever you start feeling those emotions come up or you get triggered by something, you're like, heck yeah, I just got triggered. Another one, found it, right? It's like an Easter egg hunt. So you found the trigger and then you're going to do ho'oponopono. So thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. You're going to repeat it over and over and over and over and over again. And you're going to send so much love to that feeling. You're going to love on it so hard that it's going to start dissolving because love always wins. How freaking awesome is that? So make sure that you're still practicing your ho'oponopono. And we're going to go into a few more things today as well. But last time we talked about your goggles that you're wearing. Which limiting beliefs is it that you currently have that you're aware of after doing that exercise that are holding you back from reaching the things that you truly want to reach in life? Because we know that we're able to reprogram our mind. Like, neuroplasticity is proven that the brain can create its own proteins and DNA and actually change itself completely. So you have the capability of doing that. And it just takes a lot of practice and a lot of repetition and over and over and over again. Keep correcting those thoughts. And it's going to keep getting better and better and better and better for you. So what goggles was it that you loved wearing? Was it your fear ones? Was it your judgment ones? Your I'm not good enough? Was it your failure goggles? Was it maybe even you're afraid of success? Like, how many times you thought of this big goal, but then you're like, oh shoot, like I don't even think I could handle that amount of work to be able to sustain that success. Or maybe you think that once you get it, it's just going to all disappear. These are all limiting beliefs that are holding you back from reaching that true potential that you have stored up within you. Maybe you think that you're not special enough. Maybe you think that you're unlovable. What's the point of trying? Because it's just not going to work out. With that attitude, you are never going to get anywhere. And rejection. Maybe you're afraid of rejection. Nobody likes me. These are all really hard things to talk about, right? Like, we can joke all we want about all of this fun stuff and make this fun, but like, these are not good feelings to sit with. And I understand that because I go through them just like you do. It's just about realizing them, understanding that they're not serving you, and then continually shifting that energy away from those things you don't want and keep shifting them to those things that you do want, right? Because where your attention goes, energy flows. So you want to make sure that you're putting all of your attention and energy on those things that you really want to manifest in your life. And this is kind of where the hard part starts, right? Like, once you start recognizing what these things are, you're almost like, I don't want to say the word obligated, but you kind of need to get your shit together and actually put some work in, or else you're just going to be sitting with these same things that you know are holding you back and putting you in this state and triggering you and making you feel crappy. You're just going to be staying there, and it's just going to keep you going down, 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 down until you decide to make that change. So I hope for your sake that you're ready to continue on with me and continue making these changes, because I believe in you, and I so know that you're possible of changing your thoughts around and changing your belief system and changing your life, because heck, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And when it comes to these specific limiting beliefs, I can go into more detail on them specifically on my podcast. I won't have time for the self-love challenge, but obviously one-on-one coaching is the best way for you to do that. So you can really like have me help you dig into the specific beliefs that you have and help you to uncover them. But if you want to send me a message on Facebook, we can have a chat and see exactly what it is. And then we can do a Q&A segment on one of the podcasts. And then I can answer some specific questions for you on there. So if you're wanting to do that, then just send me a message for that. But remember, the key is that recognition is the main thing. Once you start recognizing the thoughts and the emotions that you're having, that's where, like we said, you're going to do your 3-step process to become more aware. You do your Ho'oponopono. You can do your pattern interrupts. So remember your humor. Make a joke out of it. You still got to go back and do the work and journal and figure out what the heck it was that triggered you. But in the moment, so that you can break that chemical pattern, like, make a joke about it. Life is like, doesn't have to be serious. You get to choose. And another thing that you can do is correcting the belief. So when you do that, you can do that just in your daily thoughts. Like, whenever you're going about your day and you catch yourself with that thought of anything negative about yourself, about your body image, when you're in the bathroom washing your hands and you catch yourself saying something nasty to yourself in the mirror. You wouldn't put up with a friend saying that to somebody else, or somebody saying that to your friend, would you? No, you'd call that bitch out. So do it. Call that bitch out. So correct that and say, that is not me. That's my old belief, and my new belief is that I'm a freaking rock star, and I love my nose. My nose is sexy as fuck, and I love it. And say it with enthusiasm, like you freaking mean it. In capital letters and exclamation marks everywhere, and underlined, and like zigzags all over it, like it's in a comic book. We also talked about a brief way where you could go into your list of 25 things you want. Ask yourself why you don't have these things yet, and be super honest. Like, what are the excuses that you're making? All those excuses that you're making are limiting beliefs that are holding you back. So you can no longer have excuses for anything, because there's literally a solution for absolutely every problem if you want to find it. It's just a matter of how bad do you want this, and do you actually want to find an answer? I'm pretty sure you can find the majority of like life's answers on Google now, or there's an app for it. Like, you could literally search in the app store. That'd be pretty crazy if they could figure one out for this. Maybe we're onto something here. Yeah, so when you're doing your correcting your daily thoughts, it's super important, and I thought I would mention this, on how to make an affirmation. So we've all heard of affirmations before, when you have all this negative self-talk, you can start you can make a junk journal. I love having a junk journal. It's a book that I can have where I'm basically going to write all the shitty things that I think about myself. You can put it in the notes section of your phone, but if you don't write them down right away when you're thinking about it, you're going to forget about it, and then you're going to forget about it. Okay? It's going to be locked into that vault of your subconscious. So getting in the habit of actually writing them down, obviously correcting them and saying no, that's not me. That's my old belief. My new belief is this, or this is what I now believe. You want to correct it, but also make sure that you are writing down that negative thing that you're talking about yourself, because there's probably a pattern and it's probably a lot of the same thoughts that are coming up, but we don't even really realize it because they're just so repetitive and they just come up, and that's just how our brain works. How many times have you been thinking about something and then 2 seconds later you don't even know what you were thinking about? Right? Or is that just me? No, I guarantee that happens to everybody, because that's just the way our brains work. So make sure that you're writing it down. And I love having a junk journal because you can write it in your junk journal and then close it up and know that you're locking it away in there. I would keep a copy. If you want to if you want to burn it, do something like that too. I love having a copy of it so that you can see how much growth you've had, because as you start looking at these old ones that you used to say to yourself, it's pretty empowering when you can look back and you can read it and just realize that it has no emotional attachment to you anymore. That it's not even you anymore. And it's so cool to know that you've been having that growth. So definitely grab yourself a junk journal, or even on the very last few pages of your notebook that you currently have, you can make that your junk journal if you want to. And just have it at the back somewhere where you're not going to look at it often, only when you do have those thoughts. And you can even put it into your section of your phone during the day, and then at nighttime you can jot it into your actual junk journal, or just keep it on your phone, whatever works best for you. Okay, so when it comes to making your affirmations, so when you've got your list of all of those nasty ass things you've been saying to yourself, make that big list in your junk journal, as many things as you can think of, and then also whatever your limiting beliefs are that you are currently finding. So we're going to flip those into the positive affirmation, and that's just to affirm the new belief. I kind of don't like that word. It seems kind of a little bit too formal. So yeah, it's gonna make that belief really stick in your head more. And with repetition and with putting that emotion with it, that's where you're really gonna see the magic happen. So when you're writing out your affirmations, if you need help with this and you're unsure, message me, put it in the Facebook group, and I can help you kind of do it. There's also lots of other people in the group that can help you with that as well, that are super educated on it. And you want to talk as if it's already happened, or that it's in the process of happening. Because remember, your brain doesn't know the difference between fact or fiction. So it doesn't know what's already happened, and it doesn't know what's in the future. So if you start saying things in your mind like it's already happened, your brain is actually going to start forming the chemicals, start forming all of these things as if it's already happened. So then as it starts happening, your body is going to be so much more familiar with that pattern. And that's a really big thing why visualization is so powerful as well. You're basically priming your brain for the future so that it's more comfortable, so there's more ease and there's less of that anxiety and fear. You're really prepping yourself for what's to come. And then that way it's not a shock to it. And then your brain's going to naturally start finding ways to achieve these things that it loves, because you're priming it to be able to achieve these things. So if you're maybe saying that right now you hate your body, you can shift that into either like, I am learning to love my body, or I love my weird ass quirky self. You can just say whatever it is that's on your heart that feels good to you. If it's like a specific body part that you're not really a fan of right now, and you're like, I really hate my legs, I really hate my stomach, just know that when it comes to anything body-wise, we are never, ever, ever going to achieve anything out of hate or fear. We're always going to achieve what we want out of love. So when it comes to our health goals, I really want to impress this on you, is that we really need to do this out of love. We need to ditch the diets, and we need to start nourishing our bodies properly out of love for our body. Because think about all the amazing things your body's allowed you to do so far in your life. It carries you around, carries your like friggin' boss ass soul around day by day, doesn't complain about shit. It just does it. And we are frickin' saying that we don't like it. It's like, man, what did I do to you to like have you not like me? Like, what the heck? And it makes sense why we have these thoughts. Like, there's always people in our past that have said something negative toward us. Or maybe it's just something that deep down insecurity with ourselves that we've been projecting this for so long. And we've been reinforcing that trench over and over and over again. But really taking the time and catching yourself in those thoughts and reshifting them, it's going to make a huge difference. So you can even say something like, I am finding more and more love for myself each and every single day. How amazing does that feel? That every day when you wake up, you're finding a little bit more love for yourself. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. And every single day you're going to wake up finding more and more and more love for yourself. And once you start repeating this over and over again, trust me, your brain does what you tell it to. So it's going to start finding more and more love for yourself. The question is, are you going to take the time to do your junk journal? Are you going to take the time to do your affirmations? Are you going to take the time to actually read your affirmations with emotion, with excitement? Are you going to take the time to do the clearings that we're about to do? Because they're kind of fun. So you could have other things like some different affirmations. Like maybe if you feel overwhelmed a lot, which is a lot of us, right? Because we've got so much on the go all the time. And I'll talk about this on another podcast. But maybe a positive affirmation that you would love that really resonates with you is, I am organized and I'm in control. And just a reminder too, guys, that these do not have to be the ones that I say. I'm just giving you suggestions. Do what feels right to you. Because the words that really resonate with you, they're the ones that are going to speak to your soul, and they're the ones that your brain is going to change for. So maybe you're saying to yourself, I'm not smart enough. Maybe get more specific about what. Because guaranteed there's things that you are smart enough about already. Like, nobody's amazing at everything, right? If you want to learn something, you're totally capable. But maybe you can make a affirmation saying, I am capable of learning absolutely anything I set my mind to. Maybe you want one that says, I am worthy. I am loved. It is safe to try new things. So you're going to have a big list of all of these amazing new beliefs that you are one by one going to start really embedding into that subconscious brain, and it is going to change your life. I'm so excited for you. And if you want to, you can also Google positive affirmations and see what comes up. See which ones resonate with you. If they feel like they're totally not true and you hate them and like it just doesn't seem true to you, it could be because you have a limiting belief behind it, and that's one that you need. So if it says that I love my body, and you're like, ugh, this is like horrible, I hate this one. It could be, and you feel like you do have some like self-love issues, this could be one exactly that you need. And even when you're saying it now, it may not feel real to you right now. But once you start doing these clearings and start working on it with building emotion behind it and clearing out that old limiting belief and really refilling it with this new positive one that really resonates with you, you're gonna feel amazed at how good it feels to start saying it. And that's how you're gonna start shifting those thoughts. So make that list up. Another thing that you can do is every single morning, what I love doing is I do 3 things. I say 3 things that I love about myself, 3 things I'm grateful for, and 1 thing that I'm looking forward to. And I say this in the mirror. And it may be hard for you at first to look at yourself in the eyes in the mirror and realize that this is you. You're not going anywhere. This is you. You're beautiful just the way that you are. But just know it's okay if you don't love yourself right yet. You're in the process of doing it. And that's the main thing. And you will get there. I know that you will. So 3 things you love about yourself. You can start super small. Like, start small with some things you love and just start growing every single day on those things. 3 things you're grateful for and 1 thing you're looking forward to. And worst comes to worst, guys, if you really can't find absolutely anything, I challenge you to look yourself in the mirror, and I want you to pull your chin back about 3 inches and then pull your top lip up a little bit and see what you look like. Maybe pull your ears up too. Because shit can always get worse, guys. Shit can always get worse. So we've got to be grateful for what we have. Because you're beautiful just the way you are. You're honestly perfect. You're made in God's image and you are just beautiful. If you saw yourself the way that the world saw you, it would be a totally different thing. And we all have these goals that we're trying to achieve, right? Like all of these things that we want to achieve. And truth of the matter is, if you aren't grateful for what you already have, what makes you think you're going to be grateful for more? What makes you think that you're going to be rewarded with more? So if you're wanting to lose weight, you're overweight right now and you're unhappy, what makes you think that once you get down to that normal weight that you want to be at, you're all of a sudden going to be a happy person? No, you're just going to be an unhappy normal weight person. Is that any better? No. Or maybe you want to be a rich person, but right now you're a poor unhappy person. You think if you got money, you'd all of a sudden be happy? No. You're just going to be a rich unhappy person. You're a rich ungrateful person. Right? And another thing too, when you see money on the ground, do you pick it up? Because if you aren't grateful for even if it's that little, 25 cents, 5 cents, if you're not grateful to increase your bank account by 5 cents, what makes you think you're going to be grateful if you find a $50 bill on the ground? So I'll challenge you to that. I remember my coach told me that when I was doing it, and I was like, oh, crap, eh? Huh. And I started picking up every single piece of money that I found. And imagine how much more money you would actually have throughout your lifetime if you actually did that. But money is all like energy circulating. So just know that if you're taking it from that ground, somebody else is going to drop another one by an accident, and it's all in circulation, baby. So you are worthy of picking that up, and you are worthy of creating that cycle of that energy flow, because you deserve that flow of abundance to yourself. So even if it's the tiniest little thing, be super grateful for it. Remember, be excited for it like it's a puppy or a baby. When babies do things, like you're like, oh my gosh, you just said dada, right? You get so excited. So start doing that for the littlest stuff. You're like, oh my gosh, my coffee machine worked this morning. This is amazing. And see, like, once you start doing this, like, there's so many things. Like, oh my gosh, did you just see that? There's hot water coming out of the frickin' shower today. This is a miracle. This is amazing. Start, like, seeing be grateful and see the amazing things that are all around you. And they can be super small. They can be the dumbest shit, too. And you watch how it improves your mood. Your gratitude's going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And then eventually, as more abundance comes, you're going to be even more grateful for all of those amazing things that you've been working toward. So it's always a good idea to have your affirmations, your list, somewhere where you can actually read them. Maybe you want to read them in the morning and at night before you go to bed. I think that's an awesome idea. It's an amazing way to start your day, and it's also an amazing way to end your day. And then throughout your day, as you catch yourself with saying these negative things about yourself, you're going to correct yourself. All right? You're going to be like, yeah, nice try, Patricia. Get back in that trunk. It's not where you are supposed to be. Okay? You get back there. I don't want to listen to you right now. I am frickin' amazing. I'm beautiful, and I can do this. And you put her or him back in their place. And say it like you mean it. Or else I will make you say it again. If you say it kind of lame, just think of me saying that. Like, nope, do it again. Nope, do it again. Do it like you mean it. Say it. Come on. It's going to take a little bit. But the more you do it, The more excited you get, the more you're going to start saying it with that thing. And I'm going to teach you something super cool on day number 10. And I'm not going to spoil it right now, but as you go through and you grow, it's amazing how you can actually track the difference. So I'm not going to say any more than that, but I'm super excited to tell you guys about it. So conditioning emotion to words, right? Remember how we said that with affirmations, you can't just say the affirmation and without the emotion, right? If you say, I love my body, but you're saying it like you hate your body, like the exact same way, the exact same emotion, the exact same tone, you're just going to condition that exact same thing to that new affirmation, right? So you really want to make sure that you're anchoring this. So when you're saying them, say it like you mean it. If you're not going to do this like you're freaking ready to change your life, do what you got to do. Go put on some music, jump around, dance. Do what you got to do to like get yourself in a good state, and then say them in the mirror. Yell at yourself. Get excited. Have a party. Blow up balloons. Whatever you got to do, just do it. And then really anchor that emotion in. And the more that you do this, the more it's going to start conditioning all of those new beliefs into your head. And it's all repetition. So just keep doing it. So that's one of the many things that you can do. And it's a combination of a whole bunch of things. But that's how it works. So we're going to do a meditative clearing today. So if you've never done any meditations before, that's totally cool. I'm excited for you. And we've got a fun one. So what meditative clearings are, they actually work to empower your subconscious mind and to release the old belief and actually allow the love to hold on stronger. So that new belief to hang on stronger. And the more that you do it, the more that you're going to anchor in that new positive belief, and the more that negative old belief is going to start loosening up. So you can see as you continue to do this, as you continue to do your affirmations, as you continue to check in with yourself and do your Ho'oponopono, you're going to slowly be loosening up this old belief, and you're slowly going to be having that new empowering belief start anchoring in even more and more and more and more until it is just like it's your belief. It's like you don't even remember what it felt like to not love your body anymore. Or whatever that old belief was that you're really wanting to get rid of, you won't even remember what it felt like at this point. That's how powerful it is. And that's how powerful your mind is, which is so cool. So if you are somewhere where you can sit down, relax, just be there with your thoughts, close your eyes, you can just stop this podcast right now and then come back to it when you are able to do that. There's not going to be a point of you going through this unless you can actually close your eyes, relax, and really get into the visualizations of the meditation. Okay? So I want you to find somewhere that's nice and comfy. Get all nestled in. And if you have your pen and paper there, I want you to, when you are thinking about the emotion in your body and this belief that you hate your body, that you've got all of these awful flaws, that you have certain things about your body that you just don't like, that you feel like people are judging you for, that you're judging yourself for, those feelings that you're not good enough, feelings of I'm ugly, I'm fat, you don't like these things about you. When you think about these feelings and these emotions, I want you to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10, how real that feels right now, those emotions in your body. So 0 is like nothing. It doesn't mean anything to you. 10 is like it feels so hard right now. Like you're in so much pain. It's so hard right now. And I want you to rate that number down, scale of 1 to 10 on your page. Okay? And I want you to think of where it is that you feel it in your body. Do you feel it in your neck? Do you feel it in your chest? Maybe in your arms? Your head? Where is it that you feel it in your body? And just take note of it. Don't resist it. Just know that it's there. So I want you to take a big, deep cleansing breath in. So big, deep breath in. And hold it at the top for a few seconds. And then let it go all out your mouth. and make some noise with it. You're releasing more energy by making noise with it too. So take another big deep breath in and hold it up at the top and sigh it out. And do this 2 more times. Just let your body know that it's safe. Okay. So I want you to imagine yourself. You're sitting on your living room couch. You're looking at your TV. So your eyes are closed. You're just imagining all this. So you're sitting there on your couch where you normally sit to watch TV. And you're looking at the TV. It's different this time. It's just you, the couch, and the TV. You're sitting there. So when you think about that feeling, that hatred that you have for yourself, or the certain flaws that you have that you just aren't really a fan of, that you really dislike, when you think about those feelings and that emotion, I want you to imagine yourself reaching your hands up into that part of your body where that belief and that emotion is in. And I want you to begin pulling it out. I want you to begin pulling that negative energy out, and I want you to set it on the floor next to you. So imagine this. Use your imagination. So pull it out. Is there a color to it? Maybe there's a color to it. Maybe there's a shape to it. You get to choose. So I'm going to pull that negative energy out, and I want you to sit it on the floor next to you. And take as much time as you need to get it all out. And I really want you to observe that emotional energy sitting there. Notice how it appears to you. Does it have a shape? Does it have a color? Recognize that it does not belong to you, and it definitely does not belong in you. And it's merely old, stuck energy that has been trapped within you, and it no longer serves you. And you're so ready to let it go. So I want you to look at that shape on the floor. I want you to see the shape of this energy on the floor beside you. Whatever shape it is, I want you to shrink it. Smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller, until you can pick it up in your hand and put it inside that TV. So in your mind's eye, shrink that piece of energy that's on the floor in whatever shape it is that you've got it there. Shrink it smaller and smaller. And you're going to grab it. You're going to pick it up. So you bend down. You pick up that little blob on the floor. You walk up to your TV. And you place it inside your TV. And your TV is black and white. There's no color to it. It's all of this negative, stored, emotional energy that's been trapped in your body for so long. I want you to imagine it on the screen. If it was in color and you were seeing it in color, it's now in black and white. And if it's still in color, I want you to grab your TV remote and I want you to turn down the color until it fades into black and white. So now I want you to hit the other button on your remote. I want you to hit that down arrow. So I want you to turn it down. Keep hitting down until you see that image on the screen start getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So keep hitting that down button. Down, down, down. Until you can no longer see that energy. It's just a tiny little dot. And then with the last time that you hit that down button, it disappears. So now is the fun part. You get to dispose of this TV. And you get to be as creative as you'd like. You are so done with those beliefs that no longer serve you. You're ready to let them go. and you get to destroy it. So how can you make that TV disappear? Do you want to pick it up, walk into your driveway and run it over with the car a couple times? Do you want to toss it off the balcony? Do you want to just take a frickin' baseball bat to it? You want to kick it? Maybe you want a bulldozer? Maybe you want to put it in the trash and have the garbage man come by and pick it up. Whatever feels best to you. I want you to imagine doing that right now. So you walk up to the TV and take some time to dispose of it. One last time. Destroy it. Obliterate it. Visualize how you're getting rid of it. And then once it's all done, it's in a billion little pieces. You just like kick the shit out of it. It's gone. It's disintegrating into dust, and all the little pieces are just blowing away. And I want you to take a big, deep breath in, and I want you to blow it out. And one more. Take a big, deep breath in, and blow it out. Now I want you to re-rate that intensity of that emotion. Re-rate it on that scale from 0 to 10. 0 is that it doesn't even seem real anymore. It's not even like it bothers you anymore. Like you're feeling so good. You just destroyed that belief. You freaking crushed it. Or 10 is like, man, like, no, that didn't work at all. So re-rate that belief. You'll have found that it has gone down a little bit. Maybe it's all the way gone. If it's down below a 3, you are in the clear. Okay? Like, you are golden. So you can redo this over and over and over again in your head with this recording if you want, until that belief gets down to below a 3 at least. If you can get it down to a 0, that's perfect. Play around with how you're destroying that belief. And visualization is so amazing. So now we've got rid of that belief. What was that belief that you were really holding on to? Was it you hate your body? Was it that you hate certain things about your body? So what is your new belief? This is the fun part. You get to create your new belief that you are going to believe. So maybe it's that I freaking love my body. My body is such a gift, and I just love it. Maybe it's I'm learning to love my body. I'm learning to love it day by day. My body is so amazing to me. It does so many good things to me on a daily basis. And I just really want to treat it right and love it. Whatever that feels good to you, I want you to say it now a couple times with confidence. Stand up and say it out loud. Who cares who's around? Say it. I love my body. Yeah. Say it. You got this. And this is how you're going to really instill those new beliefs. How amazing. And this is just the beginning, guys. You're just going to keep on going. And if you found that that didn't really work for you, maybe your mind was wandering too much, maybe you had like so many other thoughts in your head, it's okay. It's going to take some practice. So just keep coming back to it and keep trying it over and over and over again. And we'll do some more too, and others might work better for you. But doing all of these things, try and see what works best for you. And do those things that really work for you, that you're able to do consistently. Because that's the main thing. Whatever you can do consistently. So I want to thank you guys for being open. And I also want to say that I'm super proud of you for going through your very first meditation. And it may not seem like anything right now, but if you continue on this path of getting to know that internal world that you have going on more, and really taking the time to get to know it, you're going to be absolutely amazed at the stuff that starts coming out of there. And it's going to be so much more uplifting. It's going to be so much more empowering. And you are going to start shifting your life. So just know that you're totally capable of it. And that I love you guys. It's safe to open up your heart. It's safe to be vulnerable. It's safe to have an open mind, and it's safe to try new things. You freaking got this. I believe in you. And if you have some time right now, definitely take some time to journal about some of the thoughts that came up. Definitely take some time to do your positive affirmations. Say them with some enthusiasm. Say them with some emotion. And start working these things into your daily routine and getting them into your new habits that you're starting to form for yourself. For your self-love routine, your self-care that you're going to be doing on a daily basis. So I'm so proud of you. I love you. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.